Alrighty, you guys, so today's video is going to be a quick one on fixing this core support error. This is for a 1976-ish Dodge D100 for a customer. The customer actually bought this core support, and when I say it was foobarred, it was pretty foobarred. But thanks to Dad's expert welding and fabrication skills, is a lot better than what it was. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We are still currently working on the LS. Can't show you what's outside, but I got the Corvette out there. I got to put ignition in it, along with something for the window, so I'm pretty excited about that. So, big shout out to Dad. Dad actually did all the filming for this video, basically by himself. I set up this GoPro once. Other than that, he did pretty good. I'm going to teach him how to flip the camera around. It's kind of sideways, so he can get better shots because they're kind of vertical right now. But with Dad's first time actually being alone, because at the time I was going on dates. I'm still going on dates, but was going on dates with a girl and wasn't here for this. So Dad did all this on his own. Like I said, our customer actually bought this, and it was supposed to be a 76 core support, and he drove all the way from Avon, Indiana to Ohio somewhere and got this part. And this whole bottom right here was all, well, you guys will see, it was all rotted out. This is actually off of another core support they actually bought. That was the wrong year. They've actually put these pieces in for your headlights off of the older truck. They did a bunch of welding here, which is because it's better if I just spin you guys around and show you guys. So hang on one sec. Selfie sticked it, go down and locked in place. All right, so on the 70s model, it's different here in this area here in your latch mechanism part because of the way the grill is set. It's also different here because your headlight buckets are different. Other than that, the physical dimensions of all 70s, what would it be, first gens as they call them, probably I think 72 they started making them, or 73, 74, something like that. This one's 76, so I'm just gonna go from 76 to 1994. The overall dimensions of the trucks are identical. Cabs will all interchange. There's no difference in cabs, the bare shells. There's a difference in core supports. There's a difference in fenders. There's a difference in grills, because like every year pretty much of these trucks, especially the early ones, the grill changed somewhat. You went from a grill like this, which is actually the grill out of this truck, you went from a grill like this to more of a grill with, it had two lights, and then they were finicky. Another big thing on these trucks was fenders changed. They went from fenders like this with this swoop body line to more flat fenders, and I've had those trucks. Actually, first gen Dodge trucks are my favorite year of Dodge trucks. Doors are different. These doors have been body worked. They've been sitting around, they're kind of dirty, they need washed. Right here, this indention here on the early trucks, that indention is actually not there. This door would be completely flat here. Other than that, there's very minute differences between parts. Rear windows will interchange. Frames will all interchange. It's just the minute. It's sheet metal mostly that changed. Dashes changed, of course, because you went from the good looking dashes in the early ones to the square boxy ones in the later ones. I'm trying to think if there's tail lights changed, beds changed, because the early beds will have that swoop and the tail lights are a different design. The ones like off of this, the ones like off of this truck, well, what this original core support was before they hacked all this stuff together. One off of like this, like an 83 fucking tail lights, will fit in a Dodge Dakota, first gen Dodge Dakota. Just minute stuff. So let's get into the video. Like I said, this is Dad's expert bodywork, and it turned out actually really good. Dad actually split, well, we'll just show you guys, but Dad put this piece in. This is some of their expert stuff. Right there, Dad didn't do that. Although, Dad's trying to, and then they've bent this because the grill's different. So where'd they splice it? Ah, right there. That's where they spliced it in it. So, came from Ohio, kind of explains a lot. So, I'm not sure. I'll ask Dad what to do about that. Probably just break that off because it really doesn't like reinforce the grill. So I don't know. I'm not gonna break it off right now, but so yep, that's what we're doing here. Doing these heads. Never mind the trash bag. Actually needs to go on the engine over there. Been doing these heads for this LS. I gotta wash these ones out and then put our new valve springs on. I'm thinking about doing a live with those, but I'm not sure. So yeah, and then that's pretty much it, you guys. Again, thank all you guys. Give Dad some props, man, for his first video on his own in 4 years. That's actually pretty good for him. He's kind of nervous being on camera by himself, so give him props. The old man's kind of taking it as he can learn something every now and then. So with that being said, because without him, he would have been doing this and none of us would have been filming. This would have all been lost in the archive of Jack Orniff's mind. So see you guys next time. Thank you all you guys from the bottom of my heart to watch this. Be sure to tell a friend. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of them things. Don't know what next video is going to be, but we do gotta sling some paint on these things and get these things hung on that truck. So yep, see you guys next time. Much love. See you guys next time. Bye bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the garage is kind of smoky, so it looks all foggy in here, but another lonely night for me here at the Orniff Homestead. So I'm going to try to get this core support done for that 76 Dodge truck out front so we can get it painted. This is the world's worst core support. It's not as bad as the one that come off of it. I can show you that, but it's raining outside. I don't feel like working out there right now. But let's show you what I'm working with here. Gonna flip this around. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, look at that. Nice, huh? Nice. Nice, but wait for it, it gets better. Oh, look at that. Oh, that ain't the end of it. Look at that. Somebody was a master fabricator. Check that shit out. Not that I'm a master fabricator, but I mean, they used backing strips. They didn't give a fuck. This thing set so long and rusted so bad, look at the horn. Y'all ever seen a horn like that right away like that? And then over here, wait for it, there's more. Because this is a newer core support is what this is. This is like the one I cut the patch out of. Here, let me flip this camera around. Okay, it's because this is a newer core support for like, I'm going to say maybe 79, 80 up. Austin would know probably exactly what year. I'm just guessing there, but. And there's differences, like the way the headlight sets are different. So what they've done is they've patched in the old headlights. They've cut them out of the other core support and welded them in this one. Then the way the hood latch is the other difference with them. So instead of just notching the top of it out here, let me put this camera on. Instead of notching, here, let me pick it up if I can without killing myself. There you go. Here's the top view. What it looks like, folks. Sorry, I'm not a video maker or a cameraman, but it's going to be me making a lot of these, I think, from here on out for a little bit. But anyway, instead of just notching this out, which is what I would have done before I did all this, they just cut that whole section out and put it in. So, but yeah, man, fun, fun, fun. And this is proof of it for what, oh yeah, look back here. Can you see that? There you go, look at that. Look at that. Oh, wait a minute, where the fuck is it? Sorry, I'm cussing here. I'm trying not to cuss in these videos I'm working at. Look at that. Now, when this is done, I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Because I'm going to have to refix all this shit. Because I don't want my name attached to a truck. When you pop the hood, you see that shit. Alright, guys. Well, this is part one of this shit. I'm probably way too close to my face. I hate when people do that. Anyway, part one. I'll bring you back when I get all this cut out and I get ready to weld the other piece in. Then we'll figure out how we're going to bridge this gap here. Maybe with coat hanger, maybe with something, but we'll bridge it and we'll fill that in. We'll grind all this off. It's probably going to take a little bit of filler to make it right because they obviously didn't weld it. You know, it wasn't level even when they welded it. So, but I at least want it to look halfway decent when you pop the hood. I mean, you got to understand, this is the first thing you're going to see when you pop the hood. When you pop the hood, you're going to look down and that's the first thing you're going to see, man. I mean, and the radiator sets here on these. So, I mean, it ain't like it's going to be hid. Like, all this crap down here would be hid. But this is the first thing you're going to see. Anyway, he paid good money for this, too. Bobby paid up for these parts. I keep bringing that camera so close to my face. I apologize. But he paid up for these parts and probably drove to 12 hours to get the fucking thing. But anyway, I'm going to get back at it. Wish me luck. Okay, back on this core support, part fucking 28. I'm going to try to watch my mouth. I'm trying to work on that, guys, when I'm on here. But I cuss like a sailor, I always have. Anyway, I'm going to flip this around and show you what I'm talking about. This is their shit, not mine. You can tell it's been like this forever. I would have never done this like this. Ever, ever, ever. Because the simple fact is, it's the first thing when you pop the hood, you're going to see literally. I mean, literally. I mean, you're going to raise the hood, and it's right there in your face. Anyway, let me flip this around. Look at this, guys. Get you some of that. That is craftsmanship at its finest, folks. Look at that gap right there, man. And they put a backing strip on it. And I mean, and I'm hoping and praying that, like, I put the headlights and shit and the grill in it to make sure that they was where they're supposed to be. Because, I mean, you could, with a slew over here, you could plainly, I mean, I've showed this probably 100 times. You probably get sick of seeing the same thing. I'm no good at making videos, man. But I'm trying here. I mean, look at that. So I put the headlights and the grill in it to make sure that the headlights is in the right spot. I mean, hell, that one's better than this one. Or this one's better than that one at this end. I mean, look, at least this end, they looks like they got some penetration on that one until you get right here. I mean, wait a minute. Until you get right here. I mean, that is 10 times better than the other side. I mean, but I just don't. I mean, you can find these core sports. My local junkyard has one of these core sports in it, but it's a 2 headlight, like a 79. But yeah, man, but it's routed at the bottom too. But it's not as bad as the original. I just wish it was the original because it was his dad. You know, I mean, his dad had touched it, and I don't know. I mean, if you guys will get that or not, but some of you will. I mean, his dad working on it. You know, cutting it. His dad torch cut it out to put a fucking radiator in. I mean, that's memories of this man. I mean. I wish I could. I tried to use as much of the original parts off his truck as I could. It just, there wasn't a lot I could use. There was more than a lot more than I thought I was going to be able to. But I mean, like this right here, I don't know what they did here. Look at that. Why is that all bent to hell? Look at. I mean, this video, you are not going to get to appreciate how fucked up this is. I mean, why? I mean, why? I mean, you could have finished that gap is nice enough. You could have finished that up and ground that out, and it would have been great. I mean, they ground it down, but they didn't go the extra mile with it, you know. I mean, that's got a hump like you could ski off of that. I mean, and it's got a backing strip, man. That should have been melded together and perfect. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm gonna do the best I can do on it. And, I mean, I'm gonna work it. If I have to cut it out and re-weld it, I'm gonna do it because, like I said, it's the first thing you're gonna see. But that's it for this. Once that's done, I'm not going to worry about any of this crap and shit like that. I mean, it's just this right here is what I'm going to worry about. And then I'll hit the back side. See, I mean, look. This is the back side of the welds, guys. This is the back side of the panel. That's what it should look like on the back side of your weld. And actually, that's too much weld. I mean, I know that. But that's how you know you got penetration. You only see one porcupine. We're at a hole, and it popped through and filled in, and it broke right off. I mean, well, is there 2 porcupines? Yeah, there's a couple of them. But anyway, that's what the back of the weld should look like. Not this. I mean, that means that they welded it from the other side. That means there is no penetration. None. That means the weld just stuck to the top of the panel. That means the weld just stuck to the top of the panel. It didn't get hot enough to melt them both together. That's what that means. I mean, look here. I mean, and I'm not bragging because, please God, if anybody takes it like that, tell me. I'm not bragging. That is nothing to brag about. But it is right. You know what I mean? I mean, it's obviously, if this was a quarter panel on a car, and I was going long ways on that quarter panel across the top of it, I would have worked that quarter panel all to hell. I mean, 100%, but it didn't matter here, you know what I mean? I mean, the warpage is not going to matter on this right here. You know? I mean, you would want to do it more like I did over here when I showed you guys down here. That would have been the right way to do it, you know, a spot, you jump over here, a spot, and jump over here, a spot, and let it cool, then off this spot, until you fill it in, you know what I mean? Here, I just ran a line. I mean, slowly, obviously, really slowly. I get it hot, let it cool, hit it, let it cool, hit it, let it cool, hit it, let it cool. I didn't jump around a lot, but anyway, I welded from the other side. That's how you know you got penetration, folks. If you're seeing lines like this on the other side of your weld, there is no penetration, guys. None. Zilch. So if it's a structural part of your car that matters, then it really, really, really matters. Okay, enough of me talking and rambling. Let y'all get on with your evening. And like I said, I think Austin's going to put all these together. If not, you're going to get a lot of this rambling. So prepare yourselves. Or you should almost be the end of it by now. But all right, later, y'all. All right, it's been a few days. Back to work on this course report here. I'll flip the camera around and show you what I got going on here before I weld this up. I'll send these clips to Austin. He can put them all into the, do whatever he does to make a video. Anyway, here we go. All right. Like you're seeing the first part of this video, this course report is trashed. I mean, it's junk. Look what somebody did to it. I mean, I'm just lipsticking a pig here, guys. I mean, I've cleaned it all. I mean, the gaps are horrible. I mean, obviously. I mean, I could have obviously done a better job with the gaps. I know I'm not proud of it, but I'm showing it. So, the finished product will be fine. It'll be a lot better than this crap. I mean, like I showed in the first video. So, I mean, I didn't do none of that. That ain't me. I'm going to fix all that and try to make it presentable. Hell, that's the first thing you're going to see when you pop the hood. You know what I mean? Is the other side of that, obviously. But it looks bad. I mean, look at that gap. I mean, look at that shit. I mean, they put a backing strip on it. I'll use a coat hanger or something and try to fill it, but I'll get it filled and smoothed out. But anyway, main thing is, man, to have the front gap here. I want to start with the front here. I'll get this squared up and get it welded. Then you can manipulate the metal here to go where you want it. You can manipulate the metal here to go where you want it. This is the main thing to have happen right here, and to make sure that this edge here is where it's supposed to be. It can't be flush with this. I mean, I don't know if you can see it real well or not, but I mean, so I mean, this has to stick protrude just a little bit. All right, well, I'm done with this for now. I'll get back once I get some stuff welded up. It's gonna take me a few minutes because I'm gonna have to get this welder set up, and I've never welded. The first time doing any sheet metal with this new welder, so I got to get it set, find my setting I like, and all that shit. All right, until then, we'll be back later. Okay, folks, this is the first part of it here, or this is actually the third video I've made of this same thing. I'll also put them all together like I said in the other one. And if you're getting this, cutting this out off, love you, little dude. Anyway, let me put this around and show you what I got going on here. With this metal here is pretty thick, and it's in a spot that doesn't really matter too much. I mean, you've seen the rest of the course report. This will look good. You'll never know I did this. You'll never know this was put on at all. But if this was a large panel, you was doing a quarter panel on a car, and it was a lot thinner than this, you know what I mean? Like if it was this kind of, which I'll show you when I get up here. But the first metal I'm going to point out's the thick stuff where I got the weld. The part that ain't welded yet's the thin stuff. And my point is, on this right here, I mean, it really didn't matter. I'm not worried about it warping, you know what I mean? Nobody's ever going to see it. There like that. But if you're going to do a quarter panel for a long distance or a fender patch or something, you have to go slow with it. Let it cool. You got to do a spot, move on down, do a spot, move on down, and you got to join them all together like connecting the dots. You know what I mean? I didn't do that here. I just ran it because it is what it is. You know what I mean? Plus, you're never going to see it, and this is pretty thick here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not too worried about this warping. You know? I mean, obviously you see the rest of the damn thing. Anyway, let me put this around and show you what I'm working with here. All right, here we go. This is the first. Like I said, you'll never know that was there. Like I said, this is thick. This is the thick stuff. I just ran it. I didn't worry about it too much. You know what I mean? Worry about the warpage. But like if you get down here where I got too big of a gap, I know. The way to do this right, if I'd have done this right, if I was really worried about this, it's going to be, you know, perfect, whatever the fuck, I would have got this fitted, I'd have left that metal longer, and I'd let it overlap, and I'd just laid it in there and forced it in there, and then I would just took a zip disc, and I'd have just cut it, and the gap would have been perfect, but I didn't. You know what I mean? So, that being said, I know I fucked that up, but I'll fix that. It's no problem. You'll never know it's there. It's gonna take when you make mistakes like this, it takes more time. It's the problem. So, you know what I mean? And especially on a quarter pound or something like that, you got a lot of money in a part. You don't want to make mistakes like this. Don't do what I did. I mean, especially there. Look at that. That's bad. That's fucking horrible. But the two stampings don't match up. I mean, obviously, this is a factory stamping. This come off of an aftermarket core support. I mean, they don't match up. I mean, it's not the way I cut it. I mean, it don't match up. I mean, I literally cut this off the other core support right where this meets at. And I literally cut the oven off of this core support right where this meets at. So, I mean, they don't match up at all. Like the stamping for this. So, which is no big deal. I'll take a burr bit and I'll work that out. You'll never know. Like I said, you'll never know that I did this part here. I'm just hoping that I'm not good with the phone, with a camera, guys. I mean, this is really my first time doing this like this on my own. I'm just hoping I can do something with this up here and make this look okay. That I do care about how that's going to look, and they should have too. That's the first thing you're going to see. I've said it probably 5 times in this video. The first thing, when you pop the hood, that's going to be the first thing your eyes hit. And then once you see that fucked up, you're going to start looking for other fucked up shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to get back at it here. I'll turn this back on here in a minute when I got this all. I'm going to grind this down, smooth this out. Look, you'll never even see what's there. Alright, I should put it back like this when I'm talking, and I guess I don't. And I also don't want to hold up on my face because I don't. I mean, anyway, I'm going back at it, folks. Alright, folks, I'm on a downhill slide on this. I just want to show y'all what a halfway decent weld would look like if you welded a panel on, if you took your time, and the gaps was all good, and you took your time. This is more what it looked like. This ain't nowhere near perfect. I mean, I'm no professional, but this is more the kind of what you'd be looking for. I mean, that shit with the other gaps, I'll show you all that later. You'll never know I was there, but it's a lot harder to weld. That takes a lot more time, and it's pain in the ass to finish. And anyway, let me put this around and show you all what's up. Okay, see that? Until I got right here, I got a glob here and a glob here, but that's what it would look like more if you took your time. The gap was nice, and everything was right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but yeah, because that's going to be the only halfway decent weld I've done on this fucking panel. So, all right, there you go, man. The reality of it. But like I said, you'll never know any of this was here, that I was here. You're going to still know what they've done. I mean, there's no way around that. I'm not redoing all that shit. I mean, it's not worth it. He's old, he's sick, and he wants his shit back, and I want to get it back to him. All right, signing off.
Alright, you guys, so here's the final product. This is what this turned out to look like. Got a little bit of body work we gotta do. All these are spot welded. This is actually the weld seam here. This is the weld seam here. You guys probably would have never noticed that. This is spot welded here. So like I said, give a big shout to Dad. He actually whipped ass on this. These will get knocked out here and over the next couple of days, and we'll actually get some paint on these. These, that, and the hood, which is outside. And then we can get this thing assembled. Thank all you guys for watching, like I said. And like I said, give Dad some props. That's pretty good for him. He took brand new, probably 3-year-old sheet metal, because it was probably, we never bought it, so it was probably on the truck before the guy we got, the customer bought it. So 3-year-old, probably new sheet metal from AMD versus old pitted 19 hardtail in the 80s sheet metal. So that's actually pretty good for Dad. Dad's a big stickler on doing things half-ass decent, like this right here. I'll try to roll this up so you guys can see it. Or I would just want to get the fuck done and get the fuck out of here because I lack patience. Like right here, you guys will never see this. This has quite a bit of filler on it, but right here's a weld line, and before they literally just had it like welded like this, which is just really shitty welds. So Dad smoothed that out the best he could, welded what he needed to. I mean, actually right here you guys can see that's actually a weld right there that Dad's ground down. Same here, that still needs some work, but overall Dad, he's really good at this. Me, I'm caveman. Ooh, me just take hammer and bang, bang, bang. I don't have patience to do this shit like this, the welding shit, but I don't have a lot of practice with it either. So thank you guys for watching. That's what it turned out like. Bye bye.